Welcome to the Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today is my husband, Bishop Robert Griffin, and joining us is Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us. Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There's no other progressive queer religious panel discussion show like this in the whole world. You can support this program by liking and sharing it.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We produced the 25th anniversary of Stonewall Pride, and we will produce Pride Fed Diversity Pride in August, and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. Queer God Squad acknowledges bisexual pagan Thea-logian Starhawk. Starhawk, born Miriam Simos, is a prominent American author, activist, and self-described Thea-logian who has profoundly influenced modern paganism, particularly the reclaiming tradition of witchcraft. Her work intricately weaves together spirituality, social justice, and ecological awareness. As a bisexual woman, Starhawk's identity is deeply integrated into her theological framework. She champions an immanent divinity, often expressed as the goddess, which embraces diversity and celebrates all forms of love and being. Her bisexuality informs her inclusive approach to spirituality, challenging rigid binaries and advocating for a fluid, interconnected understanding of self and cosmos. Through seminal works like The Spiral Dance and her activism in environmental and anti-nuclear movements, Starhawk has been a leading voice in ecofeminist spirituality and permaculture. Her contributions emphasize embodied wisdom, direct action, and the sacredness of the earth, making her a vital figure in contemporary spiritual and political discourse. Starhawk is one of those people that you know about before you know why you know about her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first of all, the unaname, the mononame, that makes her stick out, like, Cher and Elvis. So because she started, and then she's quoted a lot in progressive spiritual things, like if you were reading those daily things like that Al-Anon puts out, or those little meditation books, Hazel, you'll see her quoted quite a bit, because it's always positive, it's always about healing, it's always about becoming your true self, becoming a better version of yourself, caring for the environment, caring for one another, all of that sort of thing, all that hippy-dippy shit. That is actually quite beautiful, and it's all within this nature tradition and the divine feminine. And she calls herself a theologian. Now, theology rather than theology is theos is Greek for God, and theas then would be the feminine version, God. So she makes it clear in her theology that that her tradition or her spirituality focuses on the divine feminine. And then from that, her values, her ethics are sort of nurturing, loving, caring, healing, protective, all of those things, rather than male stories about the divine are often about war and you needing to be saved. And if you're not saved, then what you're being saved from is perdition, this violent, horrible afterlife of torture that God actually created, and then you get there for breaking the rules that God made up. And so it's all very violent and frightening, and she wants to give an opposite, another choice. And so the goddess doesn't need to save you. The goddess wants to celebrate you. The goddess gave birth to you. The goddess wants to see you grow and mature and heal, and wants to help you when she can. And so just the perspective is different. The angle you come at it is different. And so she offers that in the world of ecumenical and interfaith dialogue. And she thinks that that's a way to help protect the planet. And as a bisexual, in that theology, who you are isn't a sin. Who you love isn't a sin. How you love isn't a sin. What is a sin is to avoid love, is to deny love, to act in ways that aren't loving. And so it's a great perspective. I think it can be woven into Christian perspectives. I think Christianity at its best would be completely compatible with it. But our woman panelist is not here today, so, and this was her story. I probably should have just scrapped the story. But instead we have three male voices talking about it. So we'll do the best we can, because Starhawk would say that gender is all fluid and anyway, so that if you were a man and you can only think in terms of manliness, you're shortchanging yourself anyway.
I love that there are so many voices out there that we can pull in and learn from, because the last couple of panels that we've done, I've done more learning than talking, because it's just a rich history of which I was not aware. So instead of trying to vamp, I'm sitting here and soak it all in.
Now, she's been around for a while. Had you not heard of her?
No.
In popular, like self-help literature, that sort of thing.
No.
But what I like about her and her work is that, especially around the environmental stuff and the work for justice, because I think that is needed more today than ever before, is to be reminded of this grounding work that she has done, and by which we are grounded through this planet. And we only got one that we all live on. We need to take care of it as best we can, and we need all the advocates and all the people who are working for justice to make sure that our environment is taken care of. And I think it's people like her who raises our consciousness to be aware. Get out of your norm, get out of your denominations, get out of this, get out of there, and be exposed to something else that also is very positive, that's also very affirming, and can be healing, not only for us as individuals, but also for our planet. So very much loved her work and her approach to how we can, against the wars, and how we can heal ourselves while healing our planet, and how we can heal our planet while healing ourselves.
Yeah, the golden rule, love your neighbor, that's her shtick. So if you're Christian and not doing that, maybe listen to her. It might make you be a better Christian. And for her, that your neighbor is also the planet. So be kind also, because we depend on the planet. We can't make it without her. She reminds me of her theology reminds me a lot of Carol P. Christ. Do you remember Carol Christ? She's dead now, I think, but she did a lot of work in Greece and at the California Institute of Integral Studies. But she was a very, I don't even think she identified with any particular tradition. She just was goddess. And so she framed it almost like any monotheistic, but instead of God, it was goddess. And everything was from a feminist and feminine point of view. And that she would spend a semester every year teaching in Greece was studying those goddess traditions and those shrines and those stories. So I wonder, because she was a little bit older, I think. I wonder if she influenced Carol Christ. That's some research for another show. And if you don't know Carol Christ, look it up. Carol P. It looks like Christ. Carol Christ. That was Starhawk today, and that's Today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I invite you again to like and share this episode on your social media. And I also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our bishop pages on Facebook. My page is Bishop Robert Griffin, D-Min, and Darrell's is Bishop Darrell Watkins, D-Min. We're also on TikTok. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Darrell and I interview queer religious leaders from around the world, activists and scholars. We've also had a weekly lectionary discussion that you can find on the website and on the other socials.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about. Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together, and also remember you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.